as you will see, we have progressed a reasonable amount. It's actually taken quite a long time, an entire drought cycle plus most of a temperate cycle. I did say I was just going to build these two, but we've built a lot of the basic structure of our drought proofing power source. So yeah, this tends to happen when I start playing. I'm afraid I enjoy playing the game and I get carried away. Is what it is. So we need to start putting in power wheels, or water wheels, or whatever they're called. And we then need to start seeding up some of the different accesses and things and finishing building everything. So as I start doing that, we'll talk through how things are going to work. Once it gets to daylight, let's just have a quick whiz over and see some other things that I've done. So while they were doing that, I replaced all the land under these. So actually what we can do is I'm just going to do the next block of stuff. So basically the way I've been doing this is deleting them, placing down the land blocks, and then placing the thing that needs to go on them, because otherwise I forget what goes on them. So it does detach other stuff, but this seems to be the easiest way of doing it. So that's that going in. The other thing I had to do is we ran out of dirt, so I built 3 more dirt excavators over here to keep us supplied with dirt. I built some more windmills as well because we were running low on those, so those are not actually connected in because I had to disconnect them to build the last one. So let's do that. I also realized that the pump and this set of 6 windmills was disconnected from the rest of the array, so I've connected those and I put the path underground. And I blew up the little bit of dynamite we put here. I messed around with some of the settings for the floodgates a little bit, and oh, this is full. Wow, that's cool. And I tweaked some of the settings for the pumps. That's pretty much it. Yeah, we've got some bare bolts. Anyway, that's kind of that. And then mainly I've been literally focused on building this stuff. So I've also we're working on the bot district are working on extending the tank because it's got to be, well, it doesn't got to be, it can be longer because as I said last time, the mechanical pumps can only raise the water 4. So what we're going to have is a 2-phase system, as I said. There's going to be a metal floodgate here once this is all built up, which will let water into the system. And it will flow down here. Down here, there are a couple of blocks at the end of each run to do the water folding thing to speed it up. So it'll come down here, down here, down here. And once this corner is finished, we've got to blow some of this up down here. And this is the end of the run. There will then be along here, I think I can get 4 or 5 of the mechanical fluid pumps to lift the water back up and send it back round. And so in theory, hopefully the water wheels the falling water will generate enough power will generate more power than is required to pump it back up. That's kind of how it works. It's less efficient with the Folktails because their water wheels are less efficient than the Iron Teeth, which is why we've got this big tank as well, because we can dump fluid in directly as well. So the idea is that it gets pumped up and then flows back around here. So we do need to seal this bit off. This is just access for building. Some of this other stuff needs sealing as well. So that's that. If we're not running the fluid pumps, I've got a floodgate here so that we can just empty this. We can run it through and out, and the bad water will dump into here. And then what we'll do is it'll dump into the river system and flow out. And maybe if we need to, we can divert it somehow. What this does mean is we have essentially dried out this whole area. So that's a thing. But that's not a problem, I think. And you'll see it gets built very quickly. Even though it took a long time, it gets built pretty quickly. So, going to delete the path back here to here. And I'm going to start placing the water wheels on this end, because I want them to stay in sync. So that's going to be the first one. So we're going to do them there. And there's a reason for that. That reason is it makes the connection much easier. So that's 6. 7, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14. 14 is about the amount you can have without things overflowing. So let's delete that. Oh, but we're going to need to build another path. We're going to need to put a path along here as well. Interesting that they suddenly don't need that part. And then what I'll do is I'll connect them this way. Mostly. So we'll use a straight power shaft and a high power shaft to connect across the network. Is the plan. And yeah, and so I'm recording this before you guys have seen any of the videos where I started talking about doing this. And for the reason that I time-lapsed a bunch of it is the last time I did one of these, it took forever to get built. So we do need to fill that bit in, but I placed the pile in the wrong place. We no longer need you, so you can be emptied. I didn't build a fuel tank down here. Oh well. There's quite a lot of work to do filling out the tank. So at the moment I've got this being done by the other district. We'll split this in half in a moment so that both districts can work on building it. I think, but they've got quite a lot of work to do. That's quite a cool view. They've got quite a lot of work to do building this, so probably, because this is going to be logs, isn't it? I bet one of these is empty. Yeah, let's make that logs to obtain. Yeah, it might I massively oversubscribed with storage. They also don't seem to have much fuel coming over. Let's prioritize that. Get some fuel brought over. Yeah. So probably what I should do now, I think, is disconnect that and get a ladder built up there, and that, no, not that, that put there, And then they could build it quicker if they could get to more of it. Like if I did that, and then rotated these, and I can probably at that point delete you, and if I did that, and then make it so they can build from the side, they should be able to build that much quicker, I think. And their buddies from the other district are helping them build the access, which is kind of amusing. Because the problem with the thing that's made, you might have seen in the time lapse in the last video, the thing that's made building the tank quite slow is they can only build the sides one at a time. So doing this should speed that up, I think. Apart from the fact that they've got to build the scaffold, but I don't think that's a massive problem, particularly if we bring over a stock of planks, but they should then be able to build all of that off of the scaffolding. So particularly if we tidy up this first bit. No, I've already built. If we did that, we could then do that. And let's swap that to be planks. Because we do need a little bit of dirt now, but not a lot. What we need to do is get up here with some explosives and fix this bit. And make the end of this. You know, that's going to be something like that. And they're building those pretty quick. But yeah, I think this will get built much quicker with this scaffold approach than this. And we probably need, I don't know if they're short of dirt or haulers. Both. Well, certainly dirt. Did I put another dirt extractor in this district? There's dirt there. Let's just prioritize it. That dirt's in. So let's tell them to stop importing dirt. Because they've got 4 of their own. So yeah. Cool. So what we need to do now, kind of painstakingly, is start putting in the power shafts. I guess as they build those, we can do that as well. And then we're going to have here 2, 3. It's almost like I measured it, isn't it? to delete that path now. And then you'll go there once that's done. But there's more building to be done first, so there's lots of building to be done still over here. So what we should do is delete that out and put path there, and we can put in those missing dirt blocks. Going to prioritize that, and then we need to place triple explosives there. Triple explosives there. You are single explosives. And I think that's double explosives. I think that'll cut it down as I want it. I think that's right. No. There's still some spare beavers. I wonder if we should build another hauling post. I feel like having more haulers is going to be good. Get the materials over that the builders need. Do we have any planks in this district? We do, just not many. Just not many. And they've built that entire row, so what we want to do is prioritize that, because we need to work on those one at a time. So I'll wait until I've got this finished before I put in the paths for the water wheels and stuff. There is still a mighty lot of building to do on here, more than I maybe anticipated, but that's okay. It does look kind of impressive. Not very Folktailsy. Over here, I think these guys are just not getting dirt. I think, or getting very little dirt, so that's why this is kind of stalled. I'm not too worried. Not too worried. This is kind of a, you know, just a thing. I've planted more maple trees around the edge here because we did end up pretty much decimating our maple supply. In fact, there isn't any. So yeah, we went through that pretty darn quick. I tweaked the settings for the water dump as well, or fluid dump, to keep this thing running. Hopefully. Something else that I wanted to do, or was thinking of doing, but I think we're okay. I did think about increasing the water storage, but I don't think we need to. I think that's okay. And just looking around the map, wondering whether we should build a large log store over here. Which we could put there. So make that supply, because I don't know, there's no log storage on this island, so that would be a good idea. That would be a good idea. I also built a large store for Spatter Dog. I'm not sure if I did that between videos or not. Right, let's just have a look in this district at their well-being now. So We've got a few that are hungry. Interesting. And thirsty. Okay, that's interesting. I'm sure they'll be fine once they eat. We've not got any that are getting grilled chestnuts in this district. And they're low on a bunch of other stuff. Maybe that's because we're making them work. Yeah, they're not getting their books anymore. Right. How's the power supply? When the wind's not blowing, it's bad. Kind of makes sense. I don't want to start another big building project, but I did have the idea that because physics doesn't exist, we could put these in the hole. We could get one. They won't build them quickly. So we could get a couple of those in the hole, which would add like 300,000 power storage. Or yeah, we could get a couple of those in that hole, which would be good, I think. But I think so. The suggestion that I've had is that we basically need to work on retiring the beavers. And to do that, we need a lot more bots. So maybe this district is the best candidate for that. So I assume that you are still over water. You are. So let's delete you and fill that in and rebuild our 2 lumber mills. There we go. And then if I look in this district, if I select this district, you've got a good supply of most things. Have they got spattered dock? They've got a small supply of spattered dock. I think that we should start making bots over here on our reclaimed land. So we're going to do that. We'll just do 3. We'll put in a couple of refineries because we've got plenty of the stuff. And we could use, just looking at the supplies, use potatoes to make biofuel. Have we got the ingredients for catalyst? Have we got maple syrup? We've got a little bit, but not a lot. So we've got a lot of pine resin trees. I think do we have some? Yeah, we do. I think we cut down those and we plant maple trees there. So you're going to start with limbs. You can be chassis. You can be heads. We're going to need some storage, aren't we? So, medium warehouse and a pile. We can put a pile on top of that, can't we? In fact, we could put piles on top of all of those. So let's put you up there and run path along there. Let's prioritize building those so we reconnect. Do that. They're going to be beams, planks. Gears. I'm assuming one of you is potatoes. No. Oh well. What else can we make? Anyway. I guess we need, actually, rather than having... We will make 2 liquid tanks up the top there. Paths in. We're going to need biofuel. So you're making limbs. You're not making chassis yet. Let's prioritize building that. Let's go back over here. Been distracted for a little while. Right. Wheat. Power. Straight. My power shaft. Put that in, don't I? Right. Yeah, see, they built that super quick compared to this. Put that as well. They could probably build it even quicker. Let's prioritize those. And let's prioritize that. So I can finish the end of this up. We can now put in you. I'm not sure how much power this will generate. I'm amazed that they built those. Well, let's put in... No, let's wait. Let's wait. Dude, this tank should hold loads. Let's just do a quick check. Yep, we have food. That's good. Come on. And it's such a long way for them to travel for building it. But in the end, I didn't even think about making it another district. I just went with it being one district. So we also start putting in these screw it. Let's start putting in these as well, because I think we have a lot of beavers who are not doing very much. So let me select that, delete that, back to there. We need to get up onto there, run along here, and keep everything lined up, because that makes transferring power much easier and it will look better when it eventually gets done. And yeah, as I thought, the jobs that we had available were not keeping our builder beavers busy. Now they are, which is good. Please tell me you can get to that. Yeah. Can't finish it yet, so let's put that in. Yeah, you can see they've built that way quicker than this has been built. But at this point, I don't want to build the rest of this, so yeah. They'll get there. They will get there. And then we're going to have to blast this all out again, which is, you know, not a problem to put in the floodgate. Yeah, Mum, what are you sure of? Logs or planks, I'm guessing. No, you've got planks. Okay. Now we can do that. Excellent. We will need to get up on there. Right, let's put the path in now. I guess actually we can start putting in the power wheels that we have access to. And that's the nice thing about lining them all up. I wonder if they're short of logs in this district. No. Planks. Come up. Right, let's run back over here. So you're making catalyst and you're full of catalyst. So let's put a large storage tank for catalyst there. Let's prioritize building that. I think you're going to be extract. You're making biofuel. You're making chassis. You're making heads, which we have no storage for any of the parts, which was a tad short-sighted of me. So we don't need you. Let's delete you. What we'll do is we'll get a medium warehouse. We'll step it back one. And we can go on to you, storage, medium warehouse. And we'll do that. And you will be limbs, chassis, heads. Let's prioritize building all of you. And yeah, I want to build a little bit of a stockpile of the parts before we get the factories going, or the assemblers, I guess. Let's obtain and prioritize, and obtain and prioritize. Let's supply. We don't have anything to use the catalyst yet, but that's okay. Our next new island. Obviously a little distracted by the new project. There we go. So let's delete those now. Delete the random piece of path, and we can close you in like so, and then we'll put a couple of extra pieces there. We then do that. And power. Actually, let's let them finish. I'm going to prioritize the construction of the land stuff. How have you not done that yet? You're out of gears. That's because they're building all those mechanical pumps. Yeah. That makes sense. And they're getting on with this. They are getting on with this at pace, which is great. I've not decided yet, or worked out yet rather, how I'm going to power this. That's still a thing that we need to do. Basically, we'll have probably join all the power up down here and maybe come around here and up, something like that. Something like that. So I do want to put in an overflow, and maybe I should plan for that. And do something like landscaping, and just put dams across and then put the path back, just so that if I forget to close this, it doesn't flood the whole thing. It floods over the back here into an area where we don't mind. And probably I'm going to have to rework this area. Oh, cool, that's built. So let's put in that one. I think 5 should be enough. I hope 5 is enough. Otherwise, we're going to have to come further along here. That's not a problem if we do. We can do that. Please tell me they cannot get to that. Okay. That should work. Yep. All right. Those are in. So power. My power shaft. You're in. So you need to be a straight power shaft. That's been built. So path all the way along here. Then delete that path. Delete you. Recover all of the materials. And put in all of the wheels. It's quite a few. Was it 14 times 8? What's that? 80 plus 32, 112. I think. So quite a bit of power generation. Quite a bit of building work still. So So construction work we still have to do. We still have to close this. It comes down there, so we still have to close this as well. Because the flow path is along here, down here, down here, down here. So, yep. But they basically just need to work on getting that built, getting all of this built. We need to get this end built in, and I think probably the easy, not necessarily quick way of doing that is to just get each district to do half. There's a bit of path there. It'll be a bit slow, but that's okay. The other thing that we're going to need to do, which I haven't really thought about yet, is one, make sure that the paths are right. But two, how we get power out of this into the rest of the districts. That's a job for another day. But yeah, I think we want to connect it to this, but if we connect it to this district and this, that'll be the districts that need it covered. We did also, I finished narrowing this to 4, and it is much better. So that was a good idea. Thank you. If you've been commenting on the last few videos, I'm again bulk recording, so I will address your comments when I see them. So we are now producing some bot parts, so let's get our assemblers going, and I'm just going to build them on ground level for a change. I know, crazy. But that will start the process, and we'll start bottomating this stuff. And yeah. Oh well, they got all of those built already. Okay. I'm guessing gears is the limiting factor for some of this. Because the high power shafts use gears. I'm guessing that's the problem. Because these use lots of gears, which makes sense, you know, makes sense. There is no storage space for dirt. Okay. Let's turn off our huge amount of dirt production. Shall we? That's got the trees cycling a lot more, which is good. Let's turn all of you off, in fact. We'll use up some of the dirt. Because we're still building, so they should still be using it. And then we'll get that area cleared up. Cleaned up. And this should be good. It should look cool, I think. Once it's finished and tidied up. Still, the scaffolding will go. We should probably put in a make you logs. Prioritize you. They are getting through the logs. Catalyst, yep. Alright. Oh, have you replanted those? You have, haven't you? Okay. Let's clear the cut order. Clear the plant trees order before you replant them all. Put back the plant carrots that I've just got rid of. And demolish the trees you've just planted. Plant maple trees, please. And then get you working. I'm guessing, oh yeah, that lumberjack could reach those. That's fine. You can plant your maple trees. Where we had the you not replant dead trees. Yep. That is such a useful feature. I think that's an addition for update 5, I guess, because trees get killed where you're not getting them cut down, and you want, you know, if bad tide kills your maple plantation, for example, you want it replanted. Right, we're making bots. Yay. So, like usual, we'll automate the bot production and then we'll spread from there. Alright. Wow, that's almost all of the wheels in. So we can start putting in high power shafts. There. And some more straight power shafts there. And then down here, we will use 4 ways and we'll connect those up with straight power shafts. So this is now more a case of just making sure that we keep the beavers beavering away. That's all in. Well, that's all done. So they're working on that. Awesome. That's almost all in. So cool. And something else that we should put in over here is some power storage. And because it doesn't displace water, we'll probably put it inside to the tank so it's invisible. We can use the power tunnels to go through like that, and yeah, have a bunch of power banks in there. Right, this is a somewhat shorter video than usual, but first bot made. Let's wait for the first bot is out. You're going to go into limb production. It's a somewhat shorter video than usual, but I basically need to sit and babysit putting in all the power connections. So I'm going to do that between videos. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this. I've ended up doing this. I asked you whether you thought it was a good idea, and then I've recorded all of the videos of me making this before you've seen that. So hopefully you agreed it was a good idea. That's sometimes how this works. You know, I think it's a good idea. And I'm in charge. So, yeah, there's that. Anyway, let's just put in a few more bits just before we end. But this is why it's going to be easier for me to just do this without having to think like I've put that in when I've not put in the straight power connections between them. So yeah, we'll probably, when I come back, this will probably be ready to try and test fire. Or finish doing the tidying up. So I'll get all the power connections in. We might still have the little bits of landscaping to finish and filling and stuff, but we'll see. We'll be in some sort of state to test. Hopefully. And then we'll have to work out how to hook it up to everything. Anyway, I'm rambling. So I will see you guys next time.